Do I have a very cool plant to show you today, or should I say a hot plant? We're talking about yuccas, and they are desert plants that love it hot, that love it dry, that hate everything you would think about New York, but I'm gonna show you the ones that love it here. I'm Alex, I'm a meteorologist and a tropical plant lover in New York. So I know the limitations of our weather, of our climate here, but I also know what is going to thrive in my climate. We're going to talk about how exotic yuccas are, not only these desert ones, but there's some native yuccas that will actually work in a native garden in New York. So they're adapted to our cold and our wet. But then, you know, they're desert yuccas like this beauty here, my absolute favorite yucca species. Desert growing yuccas that can also handle our cold and wet weather and thrive. So this is a yucca rostrata. I have waited years and years and years for the right plant to come along so that way I could keep this beauty alive forever. I don't want a bare root yucca for multiple reasons. There's the possibility of it being plant poached, which means it was taken illegally out of the wild. If it's bare root, that's not a guarantee, but it's a possibility. And then even if that's not the case, a bare root yucca might not survive being planted in the ground because it needs to regrow its roots. And that takes years and years, and the plant's not going to look healthy, beautiful, full with really, really big, beautiful, long leaves like this if it's bare root, at least not for a while. And so I wanted a plant that was going to be vigorous right at the start. And so I waited for the right opportunity. It takes a really long time for them to get this big, but eventually a yucca rostrata is going to get a really big trunk and really tall, beautiful pom-pom looking leaves on the top. It's a very tropical look that the only other plant that could give you this kind of beautiful pom-pom effect is a palm tree. And there are no palm trees in New York that grow big and tall without some sort of protection like a windmill palm. Nothing else is gonna do that. Not during the winter time. They're all gonna die. Yucca rostrata not only stays exactly this beautiful all winter, all spring, all summer, all fall long, but it keeps growing and it keeps thriving in this climate. And it even flowers. Palm trees don't have pretty flowers. Yuccas do though. So the unfortunate story about yuccas in general, and especially yucca rostrata, is that they were very popular in landscaping in the 90s and the early 2000s. And now that they're not in vogue anymore, people are getting rid of them. Staten Island had tons of yucca rostrata. Amazing plants, one of a kind. Look at these Google Street View images. They were amazing and they were torn out. I don't know why. Maybe they were just planted too close to a walkway. These are very spiky plants. For a yucca rostrata, if you just touch one leaf, it's not gonna poke you because the leaves are so flexible. But if you like smack it, then it could hurt. So maybe they were just planted too close to, you know, a walkway. I don't know. But either way, these could have been removed and replanted somewhere else. I really just tell myself at night when I go to sleep that that's what happened, because it's heartbreaking to imagine that those plants were destroyed. They're decades old, they're priceless, and they're growing in New York. I see yucca rostrata growing in Orlando and in Miami. So this is a valuable landscape plant in subtropical and tropical climates. Think about the plants that they have available to grow there, and they're still choosing yucca rostrata because it's that beautiful. I don't know if there's any other plants I've seen in Miami other than like maybe a southern magnolia that also grows in New York. Like it's just like unheard of. So yucca rostrata is the other one that I've seen of down there. It's a gorgeous plant. This one is a silver selection, so it has a more bluish kind of hue to the leaves, so it's a little bit more specialty, whereas some yucca rostrata are kind of a little bit more greenish. Most of them, though, do have a silvery kind of blue look to the foliage. It sort of looks like there's powder stuck on the leaves. It's a glauculus kind of leaf. A beautiful, beautiful plant. Now, the tip is the only part that's spiky. It does not have serrated edges. ChatGPT, when I asked it, was like, oh, the edges are serrated. Not really, not enough where it can hurt you. I'm running my fingers up and down the leaf. Doesn't hurt. So if it was serrated, it would have that sort of sawtooth effect. You know what I'm saying? Like a chainsaw, or not a chainsaw. Chainsaws have chains on them. Think a knife. a knife would be a good example, like one of those, I don't know, why can't I come up with any analogies? I'm so mad at myself. I can't come up with a single analogy. The leaf edges are smooth, guys. The tips are the pointy part. That's what I'm trying to get across. So this is the story of Yucca rostrata. I need to plant this somewhere where it's going to get full sun and really good drainage, because even though it can handle the cold and wet weather that we get, it needs to move out fast, that water. If it's sitting in water, forget it, not gonna work out. So I make sure that it's got good drainage. But honestly, it's not super, super picky. All you need when we're talking good drainage is like a sandy, kind of gritty mix to the soil, and the soil needs to be elevated. So think like a raised garden bed or the top of a hill, and make sure it's getting sun. You do that, you're gonna have luck with a Yucca rostrata, even in a wet zone 7 like me, or a wet zone 6, Yucca rostratas will thrive, which means it gets like down to 10 degrees below zero. Yucca rostrata is rated as a zone 5 plant because it can survive down to 20 below zero if you live in a desert climate, or you could keep these really dry. Zone 5, totally possible with Yucca rostrata. But there are some native yuccas that actually grow in New York because they are from here. And let me show you those. And check out my native Echinacea. Sometimes people try and like clock me in the comments like I don't like native plants. I love native plants. I'm obsessed with native plants, but I also like tropicals too. Why not grow both? I think of the tropical plants as kind of like an art installation in my garden, you know? And the native plants are what are keeping all of our bees and butterflies super happy. But you know what? Bees, butterflies, you know, our gorgeous bunny rabbits and squirrels that we have here, they don't mind the tropicals either. They will feed off of anything. So as long as it's not invasive, it has a place in my garden. Anyway, let's move on to those native yuccas, because like I said, they're native. They're from here. They're actually supporting wildlife and looking beautiful and doing very well in our climate, which means they're like zero maintenance. This is a Yucca gloriosa. This is a zone 7 plant for sure. I really would not trust a Yucca gloriosa in a zone 6 climate, at least this variegated variety. There is a variegated plant that's native that can handle much, much colder. So for those of you who are typing away, hold tight. There's another one that's much more common than this that doesn't grow a trunk. We love a trunk, and the reason why we love a trunk is because they make a plant look much more exotic. Do you see that trunk? It gets super tall. Over time, it can get several feet tall, so it's a really beautiful plant, and because it's native, it grows quite well. I do find that it actually gets damaged by the wet weather that we get during the winter time. It gets these spots on it, and it can look quite ugly. You see, like this is a dead leaf. I had to cut off a bunch of leaves from last winter, but it flushes out fast. So this onward, like everything up from here, growing through the center, are all new leaves for this year. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would say about like maybe 20 new leaves already, and it's only June. So even if this plant looks really rough after the winter time, because it does stay, you know, evergreen, but it might look rough when it comes out of winter, doesn't matter. It's going to grow back really fast. And again, it develops a nice trunk over time. I've had this now for a couple years. I would say it's maybe been about like 6 years or so, and it didn't have a trunk when I first got it. But now it's got about almost a foot tall, I would say the trunk is. So this is a really nice one. At my parents' house, I have a Yucca gloriosa recurvifolia. This variety is more cold hardy, and it grows really fast. For a yucca, it grows so fast. I actually did not like buy this. This was just growing wild. A bird dropped a seed or something, and I saw it growing, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm gonna keep it. And I did. So it's, I don't know, it's probably about like 15 years old now, but from seed, not too bad. It'll grow like in cracks and crevices too. It is such an easy plant to grow, and it gets a really nice trunk. I mean, look at the size of that trunk. It gets huge. It blooms. The blooms are beautiful. They don't last very long, but it's a great plant. I used to call it a palm bush when when I was a kid because they're all over the place in New York. Some people trim them up to make them look a little bit more like palm trees. The only downside to Yucca recurvifolia is that the trunks are pretty weak. So really what happens every time the plant blooms, there's like a little notch that develops in the trunk, and over time they're just weak points in the trunk, and there's nothing you can do about it. But eventually the plant just topples over. It's just the way it is. It topples over, and that's fine because it's just going to keep on growing where it toppled over. It'll send offshoots. It's very, very fast to recover from that. All right, moving on to Yucca filamentosa, also known as the Adam's needle yucca. This is the most common yucca that I see here now. It stays small. It does not get a trunk, but it is beautiful, evergreen leaves. And I say evergreen, but the leaves aren't usually green. They're usually got these beautiful creamy yellows. So it looks very similar to that Yucca gloriosa I showed you a minute ago, but it's incredibly cold hardy. This is like anywhere in the United States, I feel like you could probably grow this. I don't know. Let me know if you live in like Minnesota and you've tried this, because I really am convinced that almost anywhere in the country this plant will grow. It is so cold hardy. It's so easy. The blooms are beautiful. Again, they don't last long, those flowers, but it's native and it's pretty, and get it. It grows great in containers. It grows great in the ground, but it doesn't get tall. It's never going to get a trunk. I have a couple of funky new yuccas. This one is called Yucca recurvifolia, and it's a variegated variety. I think it might be Alba. Do I have a... I don't think I have a tag for it right now, but it's a beautiful, creamy looking yucca that isn't pointy. By the way, the recurvifolias, they have like a little point if you like really push hard, but for the most part, they're really not a very pointy plant. And I mean, those creams are gorgeous. I have been told that this is a Zone 7 plant, but I'm gonna put it in the garage. This entire pot just goes right in the garage when it gets super cold outside, and then everything sprouts back in it. We've got this nice little sedium. It's all super cold hardy. This could probably go in the ground and look beautiful, but in a pot, it's not going to survive because pots expose it to more cold, and I don't want to risk it. Another plant that I will eventually put in the ground, this is a really cool find. It's a Yucca aloifolia, which is another native, and it's got a beautiful trunk, this native. And this one is called Magenta Magic. It's not really green. It's kind of more of a, like a purplish kind of color to it, a magenta color, so to speak. So you see Yucca aloifolia, Magenta Magic. It doesn't really get much of a trunk, whereas Yucca aloifolia does get a trunk. The green form gets a beautiful looking trunk, and it's a really cool plant. I got this actually at Lowe's, so I was like, wow, how cool. It says it's cold hardy to Zone 7, but again, I've heard mixed reviews, but I will be experimenting with it. And I think really what I'm going to do is what you're seeing here, all of these bananas that I need to water so much. I think next year, this is just going to be a desert kind of garden bed because it's on the top of this hill, so it gets lots of drainage. And I think I'm going to put my Yucca rostrata that I talked about over here, and it's going to get big and tall and beautiful. And then I have this really cool native plant. This is called a Rattlesnake Master, and it actually has the word yucca in the species name because it looks so much like a yucca. It's called a Eryngium yuccea. What a plant name. The species is called yuccifolium, like it's gross, and it's not. It's so beautiful. And then the plant is Rattlesnake Master, which sounds pretty hardcore, I'm not gonna lie. It might keep some people from buying it. I mean, it looks so spiky, and it's not. It doesn't hurt at all. It's got the most beautiful flowers, and it's native, and it's actually blue label plant, which means that it's like got awards for how gorgeous and important this native plant is. Butterflies absolutely love the flowers on a Rattlesnake Master. So I think that would look really cool with the other yuccas, and then I could plant some more natives. See guys, I love my natives. And some other cool little drought tolerant flowers, and then this whole garden bed is not going to be a, tropical garden bed. It's going to be a desert garden bed next year. So that's my plan. Let me know, what is your favorite yucca? Are there some that I'm missing? There's actually one I didn't talk about that's right behind here. It looks like a recurvifolia. the one I was talking about that's at my parents' house, but this one is called Thromping Around. I got it from Plant Delights several years ago, and it was really tiny. It grows pretty fast though, and I do believe it is developing a trunk. It looks like it's trying to make babies. Do you see that? It's got these like little feet on it. And if it does develop a trunk, let's get rid of some of these leaves. So when yucca has dead leaves, you can kind of just pull them off. You see that? How it's just pulling off? Am I doing a good job showing this for the camera? It's hard to garden and film at the same time. I don't recommend, but it is fun. Ow. Ow. Alex, why are we doing this on YouTube? Is this what ASMR is? All right, anyway. Oh my gosh, look at the damage I did to my hand, guys. I literally talk with my hands for a living. I point that stuff on the screen, on TV. I am a meteorologist, and that is how I present the weather. And my hands are never clean. By the way, a little word of caution. There is a yucca called Yucca gigantea that is the most common yucca that you will find for sale in New York. It's usually pretty cheap, and it's usually sold as a houseplant because it is a tropical yucca, subtropical. I keep mine in the garage and it does fine. It's a beautiful plant. It grows really fast. So if you're looking for a yucca in a container that gets a really beautiful looking trunk very, very quickly, then Yucca gigantea is the one for you, but it won't survive our winters. Anyway, so Yucca gigantea is a cool one, and yuccas are just amazing plants. I love them. When they come into bloom, it's the coolest thing, and in the wintertime, they're one of the only plants that don't make me sad because most everything else is kind of dead. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what your favorite yucca is. Please, if you like my videos, like and subscribe. Usually my voice doesn't sound like this. I am recovering, as you can tell from my montage of coughs, trying to regrow roots because Hi everybody, I'm Alex, and I'm a meteorologist and tropical gardener. Sorry guys, I'm overcoming a cold. Yeah, I saved that for the end of the video because I didn't want anyone to click off. Bye guys, see ya. Hi everybody, I'm Alex. I'm a meteorologist and tropical gardener in New York with a brand new plant. And this one has been on my wish list for a long time. It is a Yucca rostrata.